Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predictions for the Manchester United West Ham game. So score prediction, I'm going to go with 2-1 to Manchester United. And the goal scorers, I'm going to go with Cristiano Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes for us. And West Ham's goal scorer, I'm going to go with Pablo Fornals. So that's your predictions. We need to see a response from the disappointment against Young Boys. We lost 2-1 to Young Boys. A lot of the blame stemmed from Solskjaer in that game because the tactics were wrong. Solskjaer shouldn't have taken Ronaldo off, and he shouldn't have taken Bruno Fernandes off. Shouldn't have taken Donny van de Beek off at half time because Donny van de Beek was our best player in the first half of that game. Shouldn't have started Wan-Bissaka. I said Wan-Bissaka needed a rest. Wan-Bissaka got a red card against Young Boys for stamping on Martins, and that changed the complexion of the game. Solskjaer shouldn't have brought Jesse Lingard on. Jesse Lingard cost us the game with that back pass in the 95th minute of stoppage time. West Ham had a good win yesterday. They beat Dynamo Zagreb 2-0. On Sunday, David Moyes will be reuniting with Manchester United. I've got to give David Moyes a lot of credit. I think he's done very well in his second spell at West Ham. He's transformed them. David Moyes has been in charge of West Ham for almost 2 years in his second spell. Moyes didn't do well in his first spell at West Ham. He got sacked. Moyes has managed Real Sociedad before. He got sacked from them. He's managed Sunderland before. He got sacked from them because he got Sunderland relegated. He managed us for 10 months. We sacked him after 10 months. David Moyes was probably the worst manager we've ever had. We finished 7th under the David Moyes era, and I think that's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. Moyes managed Everton before. He was a long-serving manager at Everton. He endured 11-year tenure with them. He was good at Everton, to his credit, and he's managed Preston before. Last season, West Ham endured a very good season to their standards. I think they finished 5th or 6th. They just missed out on the Champions League place. So this will be a difficult game for Man United. As you all know, Antonio is suspended for West Ham. He got sent off in West Ham's 0-0 draw with Southampton last weekend. Winston Reid is out with injury. One of West Ham's key players is Pablo Fornals. Souček, he's also very good. He's made an impact at West Ham. Benrahma, he's also made an impact. West Ham got him from Brentford. Jarrod Bowen, he's also good. Lanzini, he's one of West Ham's key players. Declan Rice, he's definitely one of West Ham's key players. Don't forget, Manchester United have been linked with him. He said a few weeks ago that Man United identified Declan Rice as the #1 midfield transfer target for next summer. Declan Rice is likely to leave West Ham next summer as he targets a club offering Champions League football. Solskjaer said he's confident on the Declan Rice transfer. Well, when the summer transfer window was open, it said that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants Rice, and Declan Rice did mention that he was unhappy with West Ham's £100 million price tag. Rice has rejected a few contract offers at West Ham. He's got 3 years left on his contract at West Ham. Declan Rice has been at West Ham for like 7 years or so now, so he's remained loyal to them for a long time. He's predominantly a holding midfielder, but he can also be deployed as a centre-half. Before West Ham, he was at Chelsea. He was in their youth setup for several years, but he never got in Chelsea's first team. West Ham have still got Mark Noble. Mark Noble's been at West Ham for a lot of years. You know, Mark Noble is ageing up. West Ham have got Craig Dawson. They got him from Watford. I think earlier on this year, West Ham got him permanently because at one point they had him on loan. West Ham have also got Vladimir Coufal. They've got Masaku. I think he's just come back from injury. Aaron Cresswell, you know, he's a very good left back. I think he's like the 4th best left back in the Premier League. One of West Ham's centre-halves is Issa Diop, he's good. Ogbonna, I think he's another one of their centre-halves. West Ham have also got Ryan Fredericks and Yarmolenko. They made a few signings in this year's summer transfer window. They signed Alex Cryle, Vlasic, Zuma and Areola. One of West Ham's goalkeepers is Fabianski. I think he's their first choice goalkeeper. Don't forget, West Ham lost Sebastian Haller, and he was very good when he was at West Ham. They loaned Frederick Ibsen out. They let Robert Snodgrass go, he went to West Brom. They also let Felipe Anderson go. So there you go, and we seldom lose to West Ham. You know, we've got a very good record against them. You know, last season we're beating them at the London Stadium 3-1. We're beating them at Old Trafford 1-0 in the league last season, and we're beating them in the cup last season 1-0. Don't forget, we do play West Ham in the EFL Cup next week after we've played them in the league. I'm expecting Manchester United to win because we have enjoyed a very good start to the Premier League season. We've won 3 games out of 4. We've registered 10 points from a possible 12. We are top of the Premier League at the moment. Another reason I'm expecting us to win is because of our away record in the Premier League. We haven't lost away from home in the Premier League since January 2020. We are unbeaten in our last, 28 Premier League away games. We do have some players missing. Alex Telles is still out. I think Dean Henderson is still unavailable but very close to returning. Marcus Rashford's out with a shoulder injury, but I've heard that he's close to returning. I think Edison Cavani is still absent. Imad Diallo's out. And that's about it. And Scott McTominay has just come back from a groin injury. Now, on my last video, I gave you the news on Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is close to signing a new 5-year contract at Manchester United worth £250,000 a week, with the signing of Cristiano Ronaldo. Fabrizio Romano said not so long ago that talks have been ongoing since July between Manchester United and the agent of Bruno Fernandes over a new contract. At the moment, Fernandes is under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. Bruno Fernandes wants to stay at Man United. He's made that clear. Fernandes has scored 44 goals in 85 games for Man United. We got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Last season he won Player of the Year, and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. Fernandes has been at Man United now for almost 2 years. He's one of our best players, and he's one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. Fernandes got an assist for Ronaldo's goal against Young Boys on Tuesday. He scored a very good goal from 25 yards out against Newcastle last weekend. And he got his first Man United hat-trick in the 5-1 win against Leeds on the opening day. On my last video, I gave you the news on Donny van de Beek. Paul Ince has come out and said that Donny van de Beek has absolutely no chance of staying at Manchester United. Van de Beek got taken off at half-time in the 2-1 defeat to Young Boys. Prior to the game, Solskjaer said he's working hard to get into the team. And Solskjaer said he's prepared to play Donny van de Beek in a 2-man midfield. Solskjaer hints at a new role for Donny van de Beek this term. The other week, Donny van de Beek told Ole Gunnar Solskjaer his best position. Van de Beek reckons he will be best served operating as a number 6 or as a number 8. And the other week, Van de Beek spoke about his Man United future in an exclusive interview with Rio Ferdinand, and Van de Beek admitted that he's prepared to keep fighting to earn his place in the Man United team and to remain part of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's plans. And the other week, Van de Beek's agent did a lot of talking. Don't forget, Solskjaer rejected Donny van de Beek's exit because it said Everton were close to signing him on loan. This season is Van der Beek's second full season at Man United. Last season, Van der Beek made 36 appearances in all competitions, but most of them appearances came from the bench. Van der Beek started just 4 games in the league last season. You know, we got him for 40 million with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025 and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. You know the news on Antonio Conte. Jason Kunde recently said that Man United must sack Solskjaer and hire Antonio Conte. Well, reports have said that Antonio Conte is willing to join Man United if Solskjaer was to be sacked. Antonio Conte wants a winning project, so he said no to Arsenal and he said no to Tottenham. Conte is available because he left Inter Milan at the end of last season. Conte has got a good pedigree behind him, won a lot of trophies in his home nation, managing the Premier League before as well. And don't forget, in his first season when he was at Chelsea, he won the Premier League. But yet, there is United fans that are Ollie out, reflecting on that 2-1 loss against Young Boys. I'm not Ollie out at the moment, you know. I can't just demand the manager out after one defeat. You know, I think Ollie does deserve at least this season. Solskjaer has to win a trophy this season to save his job. He's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. We know Solskjaer's ambition for this season, and that's to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, and a few weeks ago it mentioned that Solskjaer privately views Chelsea as Man United's biggest title rival. And before the start of the season, Solskjaer talked up Man United's title hopes. But we have got a title winning squad, so the time for excuses is over. And the other week, Solskjaer told his Man United squad that it's better than the 1999 treble winning team that Ole was part of. Solskjaer is not the long-term manager for Man United, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. You know, this season is his 3rd full season as Man United manager, and I said, you know, this season is going to be massive for him. Ole has managed over 150 games as Man United manager in all competitions. He's managed like 101 Premier League games as Man United manager. I have criticised Solskjaer a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United. I've had my reasons behind it. But despite that, I still think he is our best manager since Ferguson. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year, and we definitely made a mistake giving him that new contract, because he won't see out this new contract. Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United now for almost 3 years. He would have been in charge for 3 years this December. And you know what? He has learnt quite a bit on the job, but Ollie's still got quite a lot to learn because he is a young coach. But reflecting how long he's been with us, he has gained some managerial experience. But like I said to you, whatever happens regarding Solskjaer, we'll always adore him because he's a club legend. He endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. You know, Ollie got appointed in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. Well, he got the job permanently back in March 2019, reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. And obviously there was United fans that thought we made a mistake giving him the job permanently. Like I said to you, when we have been inconsistent and when we are inconsistent, not all of the blame stems from Ollie. He's accountable for certain things, but you know, we still know there's players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club, and I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. I told you my two biggest concerns about Solskjaer is that he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager. Obviously, before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. He enjoyed 2 spells with them. Before Molde, he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was terrible. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he got them relegated. Don't forget, Ollie managed the Man United reserve team for a couple of years, so he watched some of the team grow and develop. And Solskjaer's decision-making concerns me, like I've said so many times before. Analysing the vast majority of the games he's managed at Man United, he has been tactically naive. Man United endured a very good summer transfer window this year because Solskjaer received the backing he deserved. And we made 4 signings. You know, we brought Tom Heaton in on a free from Villa, brought Jadon Sancho in from Dortmund, brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid, and we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. In this year's summer transfer window, we spent around 141 million. It was disappointing that we only managed to sell one player in the summer transfer window. The player we sold was Daniel James. Sold him to Leeds for 25 million. The reason we sold him is because we re-signed Ronaldo. And it was disappointing that we didn't sign a midfielder in this year's summer transfer window. So hopefully we can sign a midfielder in January or next summer. Solskjaer's enjoyed like 5 transfer windows now as permanent Man United manager. In the summer transfer window, we loaned quite a few players out. We loaned Tahith Chon out, loaned Pellistri out, loaned Brandon Williams out, loaned Ethan Laird out, loaned Andres Pereira out, and loaned Axel Tuanzebe out. Man United are going to sell players next year. The players we need to sell next year, we've got to offload Martial. Don't forget Martial rejected the chance to join Lyon on loan on deadline day. Before the start of the season, it said Solskjaer refuses to sell Martial as he remains part of his plans. You know, will Jesse Lingard go in January? Not according to what Solskjaer said in his press conference ahead of the game against West Ham. Solskjaer says Lingard will be a United player next season. We're hoping to extend his contract. Lingard's current contract expires, next year. He said the other week that Man United set Jesse Lingard cut price fee ahead of the January transfer window. We want 12 million. We wanted 25 million for him in the summer transfer window. The other week, Lingard rejected a new Man United contract offer over playing time concerns despite him being in the last year of his deal. Earlier on in the summer, Lingard snubbed the return to West Ham. Last season, Lingard endured a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. I'm expecting Cavani and Mata to leave next year. We've got to offload Matic next year. He's not one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still seems to get his chances. Surprisingly, Matic is ahead of Van der Beek. Fred, we've got to offload him next year because he isn't good enough to represent the club. Van der Beek needs to go in January because quite clearly he's not getting enough game time. Phil Jones, he's another one we've got to offload next year because Jones doesn't get in our 11 and Jones has always been inconsistent. We know he's staying for this season. He mentioned that in the summer transfer window. We've got to offload the lot next year as well. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always. The name is Red Devil 24. Find my channel and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.